Is it gonna be a problem if I just sit here and hug this book for 5 minutes?
Muda, Brenda, Jessica, Susan, Scarlett, Bula papira papa, scratadadidadada.
I'm gonna be honest, except for just eking it open to gaze upon her beautiful signature, I haven't had time to open this book yet. And part of me is kind of terrified that I'm gonna like crease it or dent it or ruin it in some way. Joanne Rowling is the most flawless human being to ever walk the face of this planet, and I got to meet her on Tuesday. It was only a little bit over an hour for the interview, and I think it took a good 10 minutes for them to just introduce her. It was a little bit like J.K. Rowling is, as you know, the author of the Harry Potter series. And then she walked out on the stage, and I'm pretty sure half the audience just died on the spot. Shh, I'm trying to make a video. The interview was, like her, flawless. She talked about the new book quite a bit, obviously, but she also wasn't afraid to go back and talk about our old favorite Harry Potter. There was a discussion about the difference between an adult book and a book for grown-ups. According to J.K. Rowling herself, the difference between 50 Shades of Grey and The Casual Vacancy is, of course, that people have sex in her book, but no one really enjoys it. She also answered pre-submitted fan audience questions, whatever, about things like what fantasy world she would live in if she could choose to live in any world whatsoever. And first she said that she was going to go kick out Miss Lizzie Bennet and steal Mr. Darcy. Because who doesn't have a thing for Mr. Darcy? And then she talked about how she practically lived at Hogwarts for 17 years and she could go back anytime she wanted. Oh, my feels. And she said that ultimately she'd prefer to live in a book that she loved as a child, which I thought was kind of cool. And I think my favorite quote of hers from the evening was about that, which is she said, "I do believe that it's the books we read when we are young that stay with us forever." And of course she read a bit from The Casual Vacancy, and she's just so eloquent and so well-spoken that I'm sure she could read anything and make it sound brilliant, but I'm really looking forward to reading this novel. When all that was done was the book signing. We were sitting in the 10th row, so we got to go up to the signing line very, very quickly after everything was done. Didn't really have a lot of time to process things, and they gave us these beautiful books. What? And the girl in front of me was busy blabbering on about how she named her dog Bellatrix, and yes, that's very special, honey, but you're taking up my time with the queen. But I did manage to choke out a fairly pathetic thank you for making it okay to be a Hermione. And she's so incredibly nice, and I think she actually took every single person's words to heart and made sure that she looked everyone straight in the eye and said at least some kind of reply to everyone. And she told Allison not to cry, and she kind of held it together until we were downstairs, and then she just lost it. I'm still kind of in a daze about the whole thing. We left for New York City around 10 Tuesday morning, and we got back at 1 on Wednesday. So my brain, and it was amazing and life-changing and totally bucket list worthy and worth every minute and every penny, and I got to see so many people that I know, even if I didn't get to chat with them for very long. And we had amazing, incredible seats, and it was basically perfect. Should I share it? I mean, I guess I should share it, but what if I crease it? What if I crease it by opening it? What if I ruin it? What if I rip the pages? Do I dare to open it? No, I guess I will share it. Come here, little signature. Oh, there it is. Her glorious name. I just have all these feels, and I'm never letting this book out of my sight ever, ever, never, 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 never. I hope you are all having a good week. It seems like you are all having a good week based on the videos that I've seen, and I just don't have the brain capacity to make remarks to all of you because I have this book that's kind of consuming my thoughts, and I passed out 3 times earlier, so that might be something to do with the cloudy thoughts. So I apologize if this is not making sense and if I'm using too many arm movements, because when I get excited my arms start to move. Maybe I'll start reading this weekend instead of writing the 2 essays I have due Monday. Would that be bad?